Welcome back to the channel. Just slid out of work a little bit early for a long weekend, and we are on the road for a 6-hour drive to western Kansas, the furthest west in Kansas I've ever been, to do 4 nights of camping and 5 days of sightseeing. So I'm going to bring you along the way. We'll see the different terrain as I leave the city and head into the wilderness. You can just see the terrain is just beautiful. The mountains and the trees are gone. We still got a little less than 2 hours to go. Final destination. Getting a little bit of rain, not too bad so far. It's just flat for as far as I can see. All right, so here's the site, picnic table, beautiful views, nice bluff walls in that direction. Truck sitting pretty level, and we got the more mountains over here in the lake. So not a bad little site. The only thing that I see as a problem is you can see the electrical hookup and water hookup over there, but the site does not have a fire ring. So looks like we're not going to have any campfires for the next 4 nights. So I think maybe tomorrow we'll stop at the park office and see what the deal is with that. But this whole loop of campsites is absent any fire ring. So maybe you're just not allowed to have a fire in this part. So a little breezy, feels nice though. But anyway, I think that we'll wait for the wind to calm down. But I think we'll get a tent put on, and then the truck organized, ready to go. And then we'll do a walk down around this loop at least, and look at the park. And then once I get the tent on the truck, I'm gonna get in and change out of my clothes, because you can see I'm still in my work attire. Still pretty casual, but I'm in my work attire and I want to get out of my work attire. So, and it's warm enough for shorts and a t-shirt and probably my flip-flops to walk around tonight. So let's get into the topper. Let's just jump in, get changed, do everything that we're gonna do, and then we'll get out here and do a walk. So we're gonna get the inside of the truck organized a little bit. It's warm in here right now. I'm gonna tell you folks, we're gonna get some windows open. It's 87 degrees inside the topper right now. Not totally unexpected. All right, so I'm gonna get some shorts out of this bag and get shorts on, and then if I can find where some are, those will do for tonight. I'm all changed. I'm sorry about the fan noise in the background, but all changed. Got the truck topper all organized as best I could for right now. And then I just started getting stuff around for dinner. But it is an absolutely beautiful park. I really hope you enjoyed all of the shots of the park. The next step is to grab our dinner beer and let you guys see that. So we have a new one, Two Hearted IPA. I got it because of the cute little fish that's on the beer. By Bell's. It's an American IPA, and I don't know if it says anything on here. 7% by volume. Doesn't really tell me. So it looks like it's in Comstock, Michigan is where it's brewed. So I don't know. I saw it in my local liquor store. Figured give it a shot. So I bought a variety pack. We'll give this a taste from in here in the truck. That's really good. I would highly recommend getting that beer. So, but anyway, so I got everything I think that I need for dinner. So let's head over to the picnic table and we'll get cooking that up. We're going to be using the camp stove. All right, and you're most definitely going to hear noise in the background because there's people coming in, setting up for the long weekend of camping. So let me start out by saying for this trip, the real Mrs. K is the bomb in a lot of ways. But for this trip specifically, she's the bomb because she went through and found a whole bunch of meals and sent them to me. I was like, what do you think of these? And I said, yeah, they look great. And then she went and bought all the ingredients. And not only did she buy all the ingredients for the different meals, but when it calls for spices and different things to be put in, she put them all in a zippy and labeled them for me so that I would know which goes with each meal that I'm going to cook for the 4 nights that I'm going to be out camping on this trip. So she's all right. She even went through and she gave me notes on my meal plan so I know what's going on, when it's going on. And then she printed out the little recipes and gave me recipes so that I can follow recipes if I need to. So pretty cool. Thank you, the real Mrs. K. For tonight's dinner, we're gonna obviously use the 2-burner because that's the only option that we have is to use the 2-burner here. All right, so for tonight we're gonna do 1 pot chili macaroni. That's the goal anyway. So first thing we gotta do is we gotta dice up an onion. I'm only gonna put like half of the onion in because it's a big onion. And then I don't know if I need the onion for other things later in the week, but all right, now we're gonna get our 1 pot on. We're gonna hope that the wind is down enough that we can get that heated up good without it blowing out. And then we just have a little veggie oil that we're gonna put in there, and first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna cook down the onions to get them translucent. little bit of oil. Don't need a ton. And then we're just gonna drop our onions in. Now that the onions are good and translucent, we're gonna put half a pound of ground beef in and get it open, which will be about half this tube. We lost our meat sack. We'll put that back in there, and then we're gonna start putting in spices. So we have 2 containers of tomato paste that go in. I should have brought a spoon with me. We're going to get that mixed in there really good so that the meat's coated with the tomato paste. We're going to turn this down just a little bit. And then we have our spice mix, which is chili powder, paprika, salt, and garlic. So she pre-mixed everything into this little container. I don't know if I'm going to put it all in, but I'm going to dump a good portion of it in there right now. We'll give that a whoop-de-woo around, and I'll give you guys a look at what we got going on here. So right there is the base of our chili mac. We just got to cook that meat all the way through and then give her a taste to make sure that the seasoning's good. And again, I don't have a spoon, so I'm just going to have to use a spatula here. Oh, she could use a little bit more seasoning. That's probably good. All right, so I'm going to stir that in there really good to get the rest of that seasoning in there. Let that cook for a minute, and I'm gonna make a mess, pick up the rest of this stuff. All right, now that that meat's all cooked down, the next thing is we're gonna add some kidney beans. We're just gonna dump the whole thing in there. This is gonna be way more food than I need, but that's what I do. And then we have 8 ounces of elbows. And we're gonna add 1.5 cups of beef broth. And I don't have anything to measure it with, so we're just gonna 1 cup. That's probably good. We're gonna stir it all in here. We're gonna put the lid on it, and we're gonna let it simmer for 5 to 6 minutes until the noodles are tender. And we'll save our extra spices. I guess we're gonna have enough left over that if I want to, I could heat some of this up on a jet boil after one of the hikes in a future episode for a lunch meal. But we'll see. I haven't eaten since breakfast, so there's always a chance that Scotty K is gonna woof this down. Just gotta watch it for when it starts simmering here. Simmering. I think we're gonna turn the heat down just a little bit more. While that's simmering, I'm gonna go throw this stuff back into the cooler. Might have another stir. She's definitely simmering. Boy, she's sticking to the bottom of that pan good. No foil packs this trip, so we're gonna have to be doing some dishes, unfortunately. It looks good. As soon as those noodles are done, she's a little bit spicy. I don't think the noodles are even close yet. They're getting there. They're al dente. Oh, it's got good flavor though, boys. I think there's enough here for about 4 people, so. But the Two-Hearted IPA, yeah, by Bell's. If you have that in your local liquor store, I recommend giving it a shot. But because it's 7% alcohol by volume, and I got a function for the next 4 days, I will be switching it up after one of those each night to Yuengling Light Lager. 3.2 carbs, 99 cals, fits me better. And Yuengling is one of my favorite beers. I've never had their light version. I've had their regular lager and their flights on videos, but I haven't had this one yet. So it's like a 2-beer bonus night, but yeah, that's good. Almost there. A few more minutes and she'll be cracking.
Send that flying?
Yeah, I just heard, woo, I was like, what the hell? The hell's flying over here?
We did. And I
It's all right.
He was insane. I'm like, nothing happened. Did that hit you?
No, Oh yeah, yeah. Ah! No, no, it landed in the driveway over here.
Neighbor, you already tried to kiss me.
The neighbors are taking off their kayaks off the truck, and they had a bungee cord that flung on them, and it landed over here behind me. I heard this. Boom, 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 boom. Maybe I caught it on video, which would be kind of cool, but I took it back, pretended that it hit me. It was a pretty impressive day as far as scenery. We started out in the city out of work, and we drove through Flint Hills, and then we came into the flat land, farmland, just flat. As far as you can see, flat with cows and oil rigs and, you know, just as far as you could see. And then we get into this area, which is just hilly. I mean, I think if I posted videos of the backgrounds in this park, people would assume that I was on my way up to the Colorado Rockies and not in Kansas anymore. So it's pretty cool. But I picked this spot because it's a centralized location for a whole bunch of different things to see in the area. So each day I have an agenda of filming to go see and different things. So today is base camp day. So I'm at Lake Scott State Park in Kansas. I think she's good. I think she's done, man. So we're just gonna slather a bunch of one pot chili mac in our bowl, and then that's a good start. And the final thing that we have is some shredded cheddar cheese. Usually I shred my own cheddar, but for ease of bringing everything out here to the site, I thought, why not just get the pre-made stuff, pre-shredded. So just gonna drop a bunch of that on there, stir it in, let it melt in. All right, first spoonful. Oh, it's hot, but I need to let it cool down a little bit. Wow, it's got amazing flavor. So this would be an easy meal to prepare in the truck topper, which was the original plan for tonight, by the way, because I didn't know what time I'd be able to skedaddle from work. So when the real Mrs. K was planning dinner for tonight, she specifically got something that she thought would be easy for me to prepare in the truck, either on the jet boil or on the 2-burner on the bench in the back. Because typically on a Thursday, I could be at work from 2 to 4 on a regular basis that I just have to be working. But today, fortunately, I was able to get out early, which got me here 2 hours earlier to the park than I expected, which allowed me to enjoy the weather and sit outside here and cook dinner. So while we eat, I can pull up my phone here. I'll give you a weather check here real quick if I can find my current location. So right now it's 68 degrees with a real feel of 65 degrees. And then it looks like tonight's gonna be 57 with a real feel of 49. Perfect. That's perfect sleeping weather. So I would say if you were doing single person camping like I am, you could cut the recipe in half and just have one meal, because I have easily half of what I put in this bowl left over, and there's just no way. It's really hearty. There's no way I'll eat all of it. If you want the recipe for the 1-pot chili mac, throw a comment down below and ask the real Mrs. K to throw it out there. And I'm sure that she would be more than happy to either make a post on YouTube, or we'll include it, we'll update the video description, or the next video, we'll throw that recipe in. But it's definitely worth a try. It's easy to make, simple ingredients that obviously you could see. Most of it you could pack up in zippy bags and bring with you and just throw them into the pot. So simple. It's filling. I think I probably shorted it on beef broth, and I know the real Mrs. K was worried because it calls for like 2 tablespoons of chili powder. It's not that bad. I didn't put the whole package in. I mean, this thing was full, and I have about a quarter of it left. So I put 3/4 of this container in the chili mac. Perfect for my taste. It is making my nose run a little bit, so it does have a little bit of a bite to it, but it's not that bad. I'm not a big spicy guy, so if I can handle it, you can handle it. Finished. I could easily eat the rest of that based on the flavor. I don't need to though. It's definitely it's probably a serving for 4. I ate half of it. Buddha knows. Oh my gosh, that was good. 1-pot chili mac with this view is amazing. So I know you got to see the lake earlier in the overview of the state park. The only things that I really forgot. I forgot 2 things. I forgot a container of cinnamon rolls, which is a shame, because that would have been a really nice treat in the morning. And I forgot to bring a fishing pole. Like, come on. Of the things that I could forget to bring, I didn't bring a fishing pole or any lures with this lake out back. So We may stop into town one of the days and just see what they have. I'm not opposed to buying a $20 spinning reel, another $10 of the cheapest tackle they have, and then making it a challenge to go out and try to figure out if I can catch a fish. If not, it's no big deal. So anyway, I'm going to get my washing tub out here, get the rest of all this stuff put away and organized, and then I'm going to get this chili mac, the leftover, into a Ziploc bag, put it into the cooler, and then wash everything up. And then I'm gonna sit out here. It looks like the sun's already gone down. It's 8:30, so the sun's already gone down for the evening. So we don't have a fire to sit around, but so once I get everything set up, we'll grab ourselves a fresh bev-er-a-jay and we'll sit back here by the truck until daylight's gone, and then we'll hop in the truck and probably throw on some YouTube videos or watch a little bit of YouTube TV because we have decent cell service here. Four bars of Verizon at the state park, if you're wondering. So the hotspot will be on fire, and so I'll see you guys after I get everything cleaned up here. Dinner's all cleaned up. I'm not quite ready to just jump in the truck quite yet, so I think we're gonna pop out the drinking chair. We're gonna look at this amazing view. I think we'll end that one. So because I was going for so long, I had to bring the old ice cooler. That's really just got bev-er-a-jays, Yinglings, and it's got some waters in it. With that breeze right now, it's a little chilly, where I could probably have my hoodie on, and I might go do that. Right now it's down to 68 degrees, which is not terrible. You'll notice on this side of the campsite, there's a whole lot of nothing. And when I'm sitting here in the drinking chair, that is the view. Those two mountains with the saddle in between and the lake down below it. Of course, you got lake down over here as well with a little bit of brush out there, which if I had a fishing pole, I bet you I could pull something off from that brush. I don't know how deep it is. Oh, did you see? Did you see that carp? I'm pretty sure that was on camera. That was a big carp that just came out of the water right there. Now, I don't carp fish, but that was pretty cool that I caught that on camera. But like I said, I'm just gonna sit here. It's 9 o'clock, which, how beautiful is it that it's 9 o'clock and I'm still filming? I don't have an external light out. You know, it wasn't that long ago where at 5 o'clock I had my LED 5000 lumen light set up to even film dinner. And I was bundled up in my hoodie, long pants, my winter boots, my puffy jacket. So I'm not complaining about this weather. And honestly, I don't complain about that weather because I thoroughly enjoy winter truck camping. It's a lot of fun. Anyway, we're losing light. It's starting to get dark out here. I can see that the camera's getting a little. Of course, my white truck in the background really makes it pop a little bit with the low light. But I'm going to throw on my hoodie, sit out here and finish my bev-er-a-jay, and then I will see you guys when I hop into the truck. Bright lights, bright lights. All right, it's dark out. Time to come inside and hit my head, because you gotta hit your head every time you come in. It's almost 10 o'clock at night, so it's later than I probably thought I would be out there without having a fire, but it was a long day of driving, so it took me almost 6 hours to get here today from where I started. But as you could see from the video of the base camp area, it was worth the 6-hour drive, and it was worth the 6-hour drive even without a fire ring at the campsite. So I'm pretty impressed with this area and how beautiful it is. Oh, spider. Hey, no one invited you in here. No one invited you in here. I'm waking up at night with a spider crawling in my ear. So I think I'm just going to get everything kind of organized in here a little bit more now that I brought some more stuff in. So I brought my iPad in. I'm gonna fire up and see what's on the old YouTube, but I gotta figure out where in this mess my hotspot is. Oh, it's right here. And I got a lot of batteries to get charged and wireless mics to get charged. So get all of that taken care of, get this organized, probably play some videos in the background while I'm doing it, and then go to bed and get ready for tomorrow's adventure. So I will see you guys in the morning. Morning. I slept in. I'm so tired still. So let's not waste any time. Hop out of the truck and we'll get some breakfast cooking. So looking forward to breakfast.